Hello to everybody. I'm Dr. Vandana Hegde. I'm practicing reproductive medicine in the Department of Hegde Fertility Center for the last 10 years. So today I'll be speaking to you regarding various aspects of fertility. So we'll start with the basics, like we'll understand what happens actually to understand where the problems arise. So this is a normal menstrual cycle of the female. Okay, so there are certain things that you need to know where there is this is the uterus. Okay, so normally what happens is with the onset of period, so when the menstrual cycle starts in the female, the ovary has a lot of oocytes now. They are the immature oocytes which are there in the ovary. So normally with the onset of the periods, the egg starts maturing. Now this egg grows within a water filled sac called the follicle. So normally the egg that starts maturing, it reaches complete maturity by the 14th day of her cycle with an average of 12th to 16th day. So as the egg is maturing, the follicle size is increasing. So when the maximum diameter of the follicle is reached, the follicle bursts and the egg comes out. Now this is called ovulation. If this ovulation happens correctly on the 14th day of her cycle, over the next 14 days, if there has been no pregnancy, then a girl will resume her menses, which is probably she has failed to conceive. If this happens regularly, then a girl gets a regular cycle of 28 to 30 days. Now, when a girl has irregular cycles, then definitely the ovulation is not happening correctly on time. So, these are known as ovulatory disorders. Now, what happens after the ovulation now? Once the egg is released, now this is the ovary. Once the ovulation happens, here there is the fallopian tube. Now, this fallopian tube has finger-like projections which catch that egg when it is ovulated, and this egg is kept in the last part of the tube. Now when couples meet, the sperms are normally deposited in the vagina. The sperms basically they appear like this. There is a head, body and the tail. So because of the tail fraction, the sperm have inherent motility in them. As I mentioned before, once the ovulation happens, the egg doesn't have any tail. So it needs the tube to collect it and store it in the tube. The sperms will move into the uterine cavity, come into the fallopian tubes, and they have to reach the other part of the fallopian tube. So it is at this point that the sperms will be reaching the egg. So there are certain criteria for normal semen. So when do we know that it's a fertile semen? So there is a criteria like the volume should be at least more than 1.5 ml in the ejaculate, and the sperm count should be more than 15 million per ml of sperms, and in them, because of the tail fraction, because of the motility, there should be active motility of the sperms of at least more than 30%. So once the sperm enters the egg, that process is called fertilization, and the egg and the sperm will fuse to form a embryo. So the early embryo is called the zygote, which is a single cell. Slowly once this is formed, the embryo then has to divide. So in the tube, the embryo undergoes division. From a single cell it becomes 2 cell and then 4 cell, 8 cell. So as the embryo is progressively dividing, the tube is going to push this embryo back slowly into the uterine cavity. So during this process of the egg maturation, the follicle growth, the ovulation, there is another process happening in the uterus. So this is the uterus and this is the uterine bed. So as the follicles are increasing in size, it is producing an hormone called estrogen, which is actually acting on the uterine bed, and the uterine bed is now getting ready. There is increasing thickness for the embryo to come here, and once the ovulation happens, there is a pregnancy favoring hormone called progesterone, which is increasing in the second half of the menstrual cycle. When this comes, there is a lot of blood flow coming into the uterine bed. So this is the time when the embryo is actually reaching the uterine bed. So this process where the embryo reaches the uterine bed and the embryo sticks to the uterine bed, that process is known as implantation. So what happens here, mainly there is a blood connection happening between the uterus and the embryo. That is how the nutrients from the mother's body is transferred to the embryo and it grows further and to establish a pregnancy. So now when couples conceive, these are the things which have to happen in a natural way for them to conceive normally. Now what happens when they do not conceive, when they have tried more than a year after marriage and they are not able to conceive? That's when we evaluate for problems.